Welcome to episode 32 of G. Haller's Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing Miller Genuine Draft. So a cold filtered beer. So it should be a dry beer. I've had this before, but it's been a little while, and I think the stuff I had before was the imported stuff from the United States. But I'm just reading here on the label, and it said brewed under supervision of Miller Brewing International, Wisconsin, USA, in Australia by Pacific Beverages. So yeah, it's actually brewed here in Australia, and that's a shame because, well, I haven't tried it yet, but that's a shame generally because I've found that international beers that aren't too bad, they sometimes aren't the same when they're brewed here under license. But it comes in a clear bottle, as you can see, which, as beer lovers know, isn't always the best. It could be skunked, but I hope this one's been out of the sunlight. Being brewed here in Australia, there'd be more of a chance that's the case. It comes in a 330 milliliter bottle at 4.7% alcohol by volume. So let's crack it open. Okay, twist topper. A lot of these beers have moved on to twist tops, but yeah. Alright, so I've got the Fiji bitter glass. Let's pour her in. A bit of smoke there, it's looking good. Okay, get that all in there. Alright, there's about a finger and just over a finger and a half of head. A bit of carbonation working in there. Um, yeah, so it's not flat by any means. As for the colour, yeah, it's a light straw golden colour. Actually quite see-through. You can easily see your fingers through the other side. Yeah, it's not hazy by any means. Let's put this down, turn the label around, but it looks nice, very inviting. It definitely does. Right, as for the smell, yeah, I'm picking up malts, which is pleasant. That's good. The adjunct smell's not that strong in this for me, but in saying that, I just reviewed the Tasman Bitter, which had a very strong adjunct. Sorry, did I say taste? Smell. You know what I mean. I'm getting a little bit of that, but yeah, not much of a hoppiness smell, but I'm getting the malts coming through. Oh, almost started to drink that there. Getting a bit excited. All right, most important part, taste test. Cheers. Yeah, it's. I just had the Tasman Bitter, and this is far ahead of it. Far ahead of it, definitely. It's again, it's not a knock your socks off flavour or beer, or flavour from the beer, but yeah, it's much more maltier than the past beer I just had. Um, but stopping comparing that because they're two different types of beers. But yeah, you're getting the maltiness taste and the sweetness straight up. I'll give it another go. Yeah, it's nice. Actually, I'm surprised by this being brewed here in Australia. Normally, they're not true to the original, but from memory, it's very, very close, or almost identical. You got that sweet malty taste with a little bit of bitterness at the end. Not a great deal of bitterness, but it is there. The maltiness is the sweet maltiness is there, which is nice in the first sip, or when it first enters your mouth. As for being dry, yes, it is very dry. It's true to that cold filled beer. Yeah, very quite a dry beer, which is nice and refreshing in that regard. Yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying this. The last one was a big disappointment. Yeah, you get that sometimes, and I didn't expect things from it. But getting back to the Miller, yeah, it's actually quite nice. It's a very good beer that you'd have if if you've got a nice thirst and quench that, it would really hit the spot, and it's doing that right now. Um, so what would I give Miller? Well, I'll give it another sip and then a score. It's very sessionable. You could drink many of these. These would be good at a barbecue on a hot day. Yeah, really quench that thirst. So what do I give Miller Genuine Draft? I think for a macro lager, because that's what it is in essence. It promotes itself as something a bit different from that, but it essentially is that Miller Genuine Draft. Um, I think for a macro lager, it's one of the better ones. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm quite enjoying it. So what would I give it? For that, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Um, you know, I've given beers that are much better than this, eights and that, but they're in a different category. I think you need to score the beers according to their category, or that's the way I look at it. So, um, with this one, for its the macro lagers type of thing, it's fairly cheap. You can pick it up. 7.5 out of 10. I think it's well deserving. It's quite a nice beer. So 7.5 out of 10 for Miller Genuine Draft. Thanks for watching another G Hello beer review, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.